My name is Sheena with the Way of Namaste, and I wanted to come on and share just a little bit about Gene Key 60. This is the shadow of limitation, the gift of realism, and the city or the divine essence of justice. So today I wanted to share a little bit about this frequency and then drop us into a prayer and a guided meditation where we can reflect on some of how this journey has awakened these gifts from within us. So if it feels in alignment, I invite you to just begin to soak into this space, bringing your full presence forward and just giving yourself the opportunity to drop in and gently receive, knowing there is nowhere in this moment that you need to run off to, and there's nothing here that you need to know. If it feels in alignment, you may like to soften your gaze or close down your eyes and just begin to bring your attention inwards, adding more conscious awareness to your breath, pulling all the way in from the base of your pelvic floor and just feeling the expansion with every inhale. Maybe pausing for a beat in that space between the inhale and the exhale. And just releasing and feeling something soften, letting something go. And just doing this in your own rhythm, feeling the earth supporting you on the chair or the floor below you. Maybe placing a hand on your heart if it feels in alignment for you, and just giving yourself a moment to check in. So at its core, limitation is the experience of feeling constrained, stuck, or bound by the conditions of life. At this level, limitation is seen as an obstacle, where there is actually a resistance to the structures of life, whether external rules or internal beliefs, which can lead to frustration, impatience, or even a sense of futility. The shadow arises when we perceive limitations as barriers instead of opportunities for transformation. It's where we resist the laws of form, forgetting that limitation is a divine tool for evolution. So some may say that we have the gift of 5 or 6 senses, while others say we are limited by these senses, all being the perspective in which you walk through life. At the shadow level, life is happening to you until you operate at a gift level where life is happening to you, for you, recognizing this is a curriculum and everything here is medicine to learn from. So at the gift level, we honor our limitations as stepping stones for creativity and growth. And now limitation becomes a source of innovation. By accepting the rules and boundaries of life, we find the freedom to work within them, to build something that's truly meaningful for us. Humans experience the limitation of gravity, and then it sparks our curiosity to want to discover going to the moon and being able to operate in a place without gravity, because it's our human desire for experience that transcends what we think that we know and constantly pushes us towards evolution. So realism is about seeing the world as it is, not through the lens of limitation, but with clarity and creativity. It's a grounded perspective that allows us to align with divine timing, knowing that every limitation contains the seed of its own transcendence. At the Siddhic level, justice is when we experience divine equilibrium and balance in all things. Justice is it, just is. The city of justice is not about human laws or fairness, it's actually about the cosmic law of balance. At this level is when we understand that every limitation, every structure, and every rule serves a greater purpose within the infinite perfection of life. We will create a box just so that we will learn how to get out of that box. So every form will serve its purpose until we evolve beyond that form. So justice at this divine level is the ultimate surrender to the divine order. It's the realization that nothing is ever out of place, and every moment is perfectly orchestrated within the grand design of existence. So Gene Key 60 teaches us that limitation is inherent in the material world, and it invites us to accept and honor these limitations as the containers through which creativity flows. By fully accepting where we are without resistance, we activate the gift of realism. And it's from this place that we can transform our challenges into opportunities for growth. So this Gene Key really reminds us that everything unfolds in divine timing. And patience simply comes from us resisting the natural cycles. But true freedom is found when we surrender to them. So if it feels in alignment, I invite you to soften your gaze or close down your eyes as we tune into a prayer to the divine source of all creation, and then a meditation aligning with the wisdom of this Gene Key 60. Taking another breath in here and out. I bow before the sacred limitations of life, trusting that every boundary holds a divine purpose. I release the need to resist, and I open myself to the gifts hidden in the structures around me. Grant me the wisdom to honor the forms I encounter, knowing they are the vessels through which creativity flows. So may I see beyond the veil of limitation and recognize the divine order woven into every single aspect of my journey. In moments of frustration or impatience, remind me that all things unfold in perfect timing. Allow me to surrender my desire for control and embrace the flow of life with patience and with trust. Help me to transform every challenge into an opportunity for growth, to use the boundaries I face as tools for my highest expression. Let me be the architect of my life, building with integrity, vision, and purpose. I align myself with divine justice, knowing that all is balanced in the eternal dance of the universe. May I live in harmony with the sacred rhythms of creation and share this peace with others. Amen. Aho. And so it is. Now, if you haven't already, I invite you to find a comfortable, quiet place where you can sit undisturbed. Invitation here to close down your eyes and just allow your body to relax. If you wish, you may like to light a candle or some incense. You may like to sense or perceive a candle or the scent of incense right there in your third eye through your psychic senses. Just symbolizing the sacred flame of divine insight. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in and slowly exhale, letting go of any tension in your body and mind. I invite you now to go ahead and bring your attention to your feet, or the place on your body where you feel yourself supported by the chair or the earth below you. And I invite you to imagine roots extending from the soles of your feet deep now into the earth, grounding you and providing support. As you feel this solid, unshakable foundation beneath you, I invite you to rest into the knowing that you are held and supported by the earth itself. Let's go ahead and take another deep breath in and out. I invite you to visualize a soft golden light forming at the base of your spine. With each inhale, feel this light slowly rising up your body, moving through your lower back, your heart, your throat, and finally resting at the center of your forehead, where your third eye is. And as this light rises, I invite you to allow it to illuminate any areas where you feel limited or restricted in some way, whether it's in your thoughts, your emotions, or external circumstances. I invite you in this place to just simply acknowledge these limitations without judgment, just simply recognizing them as a part of your current reality. Just giving ourselves the space to name them. Taking a breath here. In the center of your forehead, I invite you to imagine a small radiant flame. This is the eternal flame of divine timing. With each breath, this flame grows brighter and warmer, filling your mind with a sense of peace and patience. As you focus on this flame, I invite you just to allow yourself to release any impatience or resistance to where you are in your life right now. Invitation to trust that every single moment is unfolding in perfect divine timing, and that your limitations are not obstacles but opportunities for growth and creative expression. like to invite you to visualize yourself standing before a river. Its banks forming the limitations and structures of your life. Watch now as the river flows smoothly within these boundaries, carving its path with ease and with grace. I invite you to see yourself as the river. See yourself flowing creatively within the limitations that you face. Here you do not resist the banks, rather you embrace them as the container that allows your life's energy to flow freely and creatively. Feel the creative power that arises when you accept and work with your limitations. I invite you to imagine yourself using this energy to build something meaningful, just like an artist sculpting a masterpiece from clay. And just now, allowing yourself to feel the energy of divine justice. This deep, unshakable knowing that everything in life is in perfect balance. Everything is perfect, as well as your desire for it to be different. It just is. In your mind's eye, I invite you to picture a cosmic scale, perfectly balanced, holding the fullness of your life. Like the Justice card on the tarot and the Spirit of Libra. Trust that everything, even your limitations, is part of the divine order of the universe. I invite you to sense, feel, or perceive this peace that comes from knowing that there is no need to control. For the universe holds all things in balance. In this state of deep connection, I invite you to ask yourself, what is the wisdom that divine justice wishes to share with you today? Maybe she shares from the Siddhic state. Maybe she shares about a perceived limitation that you've been feeling, and she wants to show you what really is. As you put on the lens, the glasses of realism, and you start to see a different picture. I invite you just to tune in and listen to whatever wisdom wants to come up and through you now. Allowing any insights, any images or words to arise naturally. Invitation to be patient, to trust what comes through, whether it's now or it's an image that pops into your third eye later on in the day, when your head hits the pillow at night. If you feel called, you may like to ask Divine Justice, how can I embrace my current limitations as a creative force in my life? And we'll take a few moments here to just sit with whatever arises, allowing this wisdom to settle into your heart and mind. Let's go ahead and just gently bring our awareness back to our breath. Taking another deep breath in. Out. You may feel called to place your hands over your heart and just take a moment to express gratitude for the wisdom that you received. Thanking the energy of divine justice for guiding you in this meditation, and knowing that you can always come back to this energy, this essence, this wisdom, because it's always within you. And whenever you feel ready, you may slowly and gently open your eyes, bringing this newfound wisdom and clarity into the present moment. And before you jump back into the rest of your day, you may like to journal about your experience and just reflect on what limitations in your life are you currently resisting. And how are you being given the opportunity to shift your perspective, to see them as opportunities for creativity and growth? What divine wisdom did you receive today? And how can you integrate it into your life moving forward? I love the message that Robert Edward Grant has shared before in podcasts, where he says, if we knew that we had all the powers in the world to do all the things that we could do, then wouldn't the most badass hero's journey be to go into a place where we forget, where we're stripped of our perceived powers, just to keep the journey exciting, so that every day is a new and interesting adventure of actually seeing how supported you are by the universe. Every single day, recognizing your superpowers through first forgetting them and then becoming one with them again, simply by surrendering and trusting that they would show up in the exact moment that you would need them. This is the gift of realism, is to understand how connected we truly are and how powerful we are. This week, as you go out into the rest of your journey, I invite you to carry that divine wisdom with you, to let go and let God, recognizing you don't need to carry the weight of the world. That's where you can feel limited. That's where you can feel bound down by the gravity of life, the density of the human experience. You We don't even recognize how limited we are by gravity, and yet we get so consumed by stories of suffering and pain that the ascension journey is really just about lightening up, bringing joy back into our life by expressing creatively all that we are experiencing. I believe all true art is beautiful. It's not beautiful because it fits into a certain stereotype. It's beautiful because it's true. And that's our invitation this week, is to find the beauty in our authenticity, to share it with others. If there are things that are bogging us down, that make us feel limited in this world, can we hand them over to a higher power? Can we call on that divine justice to lighten the load, to trust that karma will sort it out? It's not up to us. We get to just vibrating at exactly the vibration that feels true for us. And as we vibrate in this place of authenticity, we will continue to magnetize other experiences and opportunities to be authentically ourselves, and to find other people who are being authentically themselves. And in that place to create an entirely new, beautiful world. A sanctuary, sanctity, a place of grace. Sending you so much love this week. Namaste.